What's good, guys? Teaminator here, back for another episode of Star Wars Legion's unboxing review. We got Luke Skywalker today, the operative version. We're going to be having Darth Vader operative coming soon, spoiler alert. So I figured I'd be checking this guy out. For only $13 at my local game store, I'd figure I'd just pick him up and see what it's all about. Judging how he performed as his basic unit in the first game of many that I started as him, he was rather quite the survivalist, but that was also just because I moved him out of harm's way. But he did manage to do quite a bit of damage mixed with his lightsaber and blaster. It was kind of a vibe of Grievous in a way, but a little bit more effective in my personal opinion, at least in taking out what you need to take out, if that makes any sense. With Grievous, it's kind of like a will it work or will it won't? Only time will tell with him. But we are only getting just a couple little mini pieces. It's only Luke, so it shouldn't be that hard, right? With his move and dial already punched out, we're going to just take a look at the cards. I'm sure his upgrade cards are nothing out of the ordinary, extraordinary. It's all the same stuff. Force moves, a little bit of everything. We'll have Force Guidance coming along with Hope and Tendency and Duck and Cover. If you guys don't have them cards already, those are amazing cards to have, pretty much, at least for Jedis. And if you're going to be running Rebels, well, then, I mean, like, there's only so many Jedi you can have. So, Luke Skywalker Operative is coming in at 2,000 points. Let me get this out of the way. That's kind of a bit, not going to lie. That's a little bit of a leap. He does have 3 force moves, so he is equivalent to Dooku in regards to that. On top of that, instead of having a commander card, or however you want to pronounce it, he practically has a special what do you call it? This, this situation, you know what I'm talking about, right? He has a special ability slot. That's pretty nice, paring along with his already red defense. He has a little bit extra health and a lot more, a lot more courage. He's going to have double the amount. Yeah, I can't really think for this morning. Just finished night shift, so, Jump 1, makes him average, I guess. He should have Jump 2, I'm not going to lie. With his movement in the game, Battlefront, and everything, I think he should have Jump 2. But I feel like one of his cards might. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? He's also going to have a grand total of, oh my god, that's disgusting. He's going to be throwing out 7 black dice for his lightsaber, having Impact 2 and Pierce 2. That's not terrible, but that 7 dice is nasty. Oh my god, I didn't even know it was 7. I thought it was 6. Master of the Force 1, that makes him meh. Immune to Pierce, that makes him pretty decent. Disengage, he's basically able to perform a move while engaged. He's pretty much able to, disengage. Deflect, that's always nice. Charge, that's always nice as well. So, Operative Luke is not bad. He's not bad. Master of the Force kind of makes him a more of offense, but since it's only 1, it kind of goes in defense. At least in terms of like his passive force moves, like you would have to use passively. He could use Mind Trick. I think that would be pretty cool instead of Force Guidance. I really think they should have given him Mind Trick or something along them lines, but I see a couple cards that's going to be going into that, I think, soon enough. So going from his points to his abilities, I am going to give it a 4 out of 5. Going to his weapon of choice, definitely 5 out of 5. 7 dice. You can't beat anyways, anyway. His abilities, definitely 4 out of 5. I feel like he could have just a teeny bit more tweaked, such as jump, but also at the same time, he's not necessarily going to be like an outdoorsy guy. He's meant to be close quarters due to Return of the Jedi. He does have a surge to hit, unfortunately not to defend, but that's fine. His force powers will hopefully give him a little bit of a curve, and he's going to be having 2 movements, of course. That's always nice. I would give Luke Skywalker an overall review of 4 out of 5. I've heard great reviews and great movements out of him. On top of that, it's $13, so I'm definitely giving the box set itself a 5 out of 5. Hopefully we'll see how it is all in good time. You'll see, wait a minute, you serve your master well. Luke Skywalker basically gets to passively choose a non-commander or non-operative unit, range 1, suppressed enemy or a suppressed enemy those two. Unit at range 1, perform a free move or attack action with that unit. If an enemy unit takes an attack at the start of melee with an other enemy, or wait a minute. Yeah, my brain's a little fuzzy. If it's an enemy unit, it can attack and start melee. Oh shit! So you can practically target either one. Choose a friendly non-trooper unit or a suppressed enemy unit. So if the enemy is suppressed, you basically get to use your mind trick. You serve your master well. That is pretty cool. So you do technically get to, yeah, you practically get to mind trick them. That's pretty dope. I would definitely use this guy, 100%. You're using your opponent's cards against them. You're manipulating them. You do practically, or you can practically choose your own trooper. And it basically performs a free move. And it can also melee. So you can practically, so it can do this. It can perform, start a melee with other, wait a minute. It can attack and start a melee with other enemy units. If it's an enemy unit, it can attack and start melee with other. Okay, yeah. So, yeah. So practically, you get to use the force and manipulate, hopefully, your opponent's enemies. Practically just have them go into base contact. Kind of throw a little bit of chaos. You could technically have them gang up and have each leader hit each other, and then Luke just come in and double tap both of them. That could be a thing. Now, no. Luke wouldn't be able to attack twice, one on one guy and one on the other, unless he has any other cards, which we'll see in a second. So that's pretty cool. Full of surprises, of course. Luke Skywalker gains 1 dodge. While defending, he rolls a number of additional white dice equal to the courage value and number of suppression tokens he has. Full of surprises. I mean, that's a pretty decent lucky move, but you're playing with luck. Kind of have to think about it for a second. Not too terrible. I am a Jedi, like my father before me. Luke Skywalker basically gains his surge to defense. That's good. Cannot perform attacks. When he is issued an order, he may choose up to 2 enemy trooper units at range 1 of those units cannot perform an attack. Alright, so he practically just like becomes invulnerable. That's pretty cool. So between his mind trick and his invulnerable and full of surprises, he's going to be very tough to defeat on the field. Not going to lie. That's going to be pretty cool. We're going to do the build right quick. Alright, so only having to glue 2 arms together and practically his head and the stand. It's simple, you know. It's a one minifigure, so it's not too terrible. I will complain about the lightsaber because it is a little bent. I had to bend it back a little bit. I was figuring I'd meme it, but nah, might as well not. But that is pretty much it for this review. Definitely 5 out of 5 to get this. If you want to get Luke Skywalker, definitely pick him up. Local game store. He is cheap. Very fine addition to the collection. If you guys like this video, make sure you pop a like and make sure you subscribe for more content like this because we're going to be popping out just a little bit more ever so often. Until next time, this team. Bye-bye.